When something new is found, the mind is very happy, but after a few days, that same thing starts to feel old and boring. What was our ultimate goal until yesterday has now become tedious for us. Have you ever thought about the reason behind this thing? If that thing was not the real source of happiness, then what is real happiness? Let's try to understand this through the story of enlightenment. Before you get lost in this story, make sure to subscribe to this channel. So, let's begin the story. A man was in search of the ultimate happiness, and in his quest, he reached a wealthy merchant and asked him if he had found happiness through his wealth. The wealthy merchant said, "What happiness? I don't have as much wealth as the king does. My wealth should have been as much as his." Then, the man reaches a poor man and asks him if he has any happiness. The poor man says, "I got food for today. That's my happiness. If I think about tomorrow's meal, I will become unhappy because I don't know if I'll get it or not." Then, the man goes to someone who has a lot of food. So he asks that man if he has the ultimate happiness. That man says, "How can it be happiness when there's too much salt in today's meal? I can't eat it. I'm having another meal. I want the food to taste just the way I always eat it. Today, I'm very unhappy." After this, the man reaches a respected and honorable man, and he tells him, "You have so much respect and honor, you must have already attained your ultimate happiness." Then, the respected man says, "What happiness? I am very unhappy. I have another friend who, whenever people see him, they are drawn towards him, and no one comes to me. I desire more respect and honor than him, and I can do anything for it." Then, the man realizes that the highest happiness is the happiness of lust. And that man, who is at the peak of lust, goes to him and asks if he has attained happiness through lust. That man says, "What attainment? I have just started. I need a new woman every day. I need something new. Life is starting to feel pointless now. My friends tell me that I should go to the city. That's where my lust will be fulfilled. But I don't have the money to go there. To fulfill my lust, I need to earn more wealth first." Listening to everyone, the man couldn't find the ultimate happiness anywhere. So he decided to go and meet Buddha. He went to Buddha and greeted him, saying, "O Lord, I've come from a faraway place. I have heard that you can solve everyone's problems. Can you also solve my problem?" Then Buddha says, "Tell me, what do you want to know?" The man says, "O Lord, I have traveled the entire world to understand what the ultimate happiness is. A happiness that, once attained, leaves no desire for any other happiness. A happiness that everyone desires, and no one wants any other happiness after attaining it. I haven't found such a happiness yet. Is there truly a happiness that, once obtained, leaves no desire for any other?" Hearing this, Buddha says, "What did you learn by traveling this world? How is this world?" Then the man says, "O Lord, here, everyone's happiness is different. The definition of happiness varies for each person. Some seek happiness like a king, desiring great wealth and riches. Others are in search of their happiness through lust, while some find happiness in food. There are those who seek their happiness in respect, honor, and recognition, and some even find their happiness in the suffering of others." Then Buddha asks, "Has this brought them happiness?" The man responds, "I have seen that when a person attains their desired happiness, they rejoice like madmen. They find joy in it, but this happiness is short-lived. After some time, the importance of this happiness diminishes, and they start seeking something else. The cycle continues endlessly. And in their pursuit of happiness, that man becomes even more miserable. He says, 'This world, O Buddha, is seeking suffering to find happiness.'" Buddha then smiles and asks, "Tell me one thing. Did the one who wanted wealth and riches like kings lack in wealth and riches? And did the one who sought lust lack in lust? And did the one who desired delicious food lack in food? Did they lack 2 meals a day? You've seen that they had no lack in any of these things, yet they were all unhappy. The reason is that they never saw their own happiness. Having something is not happiness. True joy comes when you can fully enjoy what you have. We can see the world through our own eyes. We can see the beauty of nature and understand others' emotions. But what do we see through our own eyes? We only see desire. It's a desire that tempts us with the promise of happiness, but leads to suffering. And then the person asks, isn't there a supreme joy that, once experienced in life, makes the need for any other happiness unnecessary? Lord Buddha says that this very desire is what gives birth to our suffering, because desire is filled with self-interest. Hence, suffering arises on its own. Sometimes suffering arrives quickly, sometimes it lingers behind the pursuit of happiness, but it always comes. In this world, there is nothing like the ultimate happiness, no matter how much happiness we may seek. Behind that desire, suffering always lingers. One happiness might be the ultimate for you, but the same happiness could be small for others. Wherever you desire happiness, you will surely find suffering, and where you find suffering, happiness will surely follow. If you want to be free from suffering today, you must also be free from happiness. You are unhappy today because you have been pursuing the ultimate happiness. But if you understand the pain that comes with your ultimate happiness, you will find freedom. So you can experience happiness right now. But remember, the craving for happiness is the cause of suffering. Therefore, make yourself virtuous. Be virtuous. Your virtues alone will free you from both happiness and suffering. When you become free from both, you will be just like a lotus flower that blooms in the mud but remains untouched by it. Hearing this, the man finally understood. What is real happiness? But did you also understand what true happiness is? Let us know in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. See you in the next story. Until then, take care and stay blissful.